How safe are you online? Think you do enough to secure your passwords, browsing, and networking? Whether you use a lot of online services or not, when data is at risk, you are at risk. Data security deals in the area of keeping data safe. Today, many people rely on computers to do homework, work, and create or store useful information. Therefore, it's important for the information to be stored and kept properly. It's also extremely important to protect computers from data loss, misuse, and abuse. For example, businesses need to keep their information secure and shielded from hackers. Home users also need to ensure their credit card numbers are secure when participating in online transactions. A computer security risk is any action that could cause loss of information to software, data, processing incompatibilities, or damage to computer hardware. Perpetrators of cyber attacks. Computer crime. An intentional breach in computer security, which is slightly different from a cybercrime, the illegal acts based on the internet. There are several distinct categories for people that perpetrate cyber attacks: hackers, crackers, cyber terrorists, cyber extortionists, unethical employee, script kiddie, and corporate spy. A hacker is someone who accesses a computer or computer network unlawfully. They often claim that they do this to find leaks in the security of a network. In comparison, a cracker intentionally accesses a computer or computer network with malice in mind. The nasty intention is the destruction or stealing of information. The cyber terrorist is similar to a terrorist, as the purpose behind any attack is for political reasons. It requires highly skilled individuals, huge sum of money to implement, and years of planning. The cyber extortionist uses email as an offensive force. They usually send a company a threatening email stating that they will release some confidential information, exploit a security leak, or launch an attack that will harm a company's network. Their unscrupulous activities can lead them to blackmailing, for example, asking a certain amount of money in exchange for not launching an attack. An unethical employee illegally accesses their company's network for numerous reasons. One could be the money they can get from selling top secret information, or some may be bitter and want revenge. A script kiddie is similar to a cracker because they might want to do harm, but often lack the technical skills. Script kiddies tend to use pre-written hacking and cracking programs. Corporate spy is hired for his extensive computer and networking skills to break into a specific computer or computer network to steal, delete data or information. Shady companies hire these types of people in a practice known as corporate espionage. They do this to gain an advantage over their competitors. A computer virus is a malware program that, when executed, replicates by inserting copies of itself, possibly modified, into other computer programs, data files, or the boot sector of the hard drive. When this replication succeeds, the affected areas are then said to be infected. Viruses often perform some type of harmful activity on infected hosts, such as stealing hard disk space, CPU time, accessing private information, corrupting data, displaying political or humorous messages on the user screen, spamming their contacts, logging their keystrokes, or even rendering the computer useless. Spyware, a general term used for programs that covertly monitor your activity on your computer, gathering personal information such as usernames, passwords, account numbers, files, and even driver's license or social security numbers. Some spyware focuses on monitoring a person's internet behavior. This type of spyware often tracks the places you visit and things you do on the web, the emails you write and receive, as well as your instant messaging conversations. After gathering this information, the spyware then transmits that information to another computer, usually for advertising purposes. Most often, spyware is installed unknowingly with some other software that you intentionally install. For example, if you install a free music or file sharing service or download a screensaver. Phishing is essentially an online con game, and phishers are nothing more than tech-savvy con artists and identity thieves. They use spam, fake websites, crimeware, and other techniques to trick people into divulging sensitive information, such as bank and credit card account details. Pharming is a form of online fraud, very similar to phishing, as farmers rely upon the same bogus websites and theft of confidential information. However, where phishing must entice a user to the website through bait and form of a phony email or link, pharming redirects victims to the bogus site even if the victims has typed the correct web address. A denial of service attack is an attempt to make a machine or network resource unavailable to its intended users, such as to temporarily or indefinitely interrupt or suspend services of a host connected to the internet. In 2014, we saw the biggest distributed denial of service attack of all time. It hits a high of 400 gigabits per second. That's more traffic than the total internet bandwidth from a small country. And as every Xbox and Sony PlayStation gamer knows, Xbox Live and the PlayStation Network were knocked out for about 72 hours during the Christmas holiday weekend by distributed denial of service attack. If you have been using internet on a regular basis or working in a large company and surfing the internet while you are at work, you must have surely come across the term firewall. You might have also heard of people saying firewalls protect their computer from web attacks and hackers, or a certain website has been blocked by firewall in their workplace. Firewalls provide security over a number of online threats, such as remote login, Trojan backdoors, session hijacking, cyber terrorism, denial of service attack, viruses, cookie stealing, and many more. The effectiveness of the security depends on the way you configure the firewall and how you set up the filter rules, which can be customized as per your needs, requirements, and security threat levels like blocking IP addresses or domain names. Biometrics generally refers to the study of measurable biological characteristics. In computer security, biometrics refers to the authentication techniques that rely on measurable physical characteristics that can be automatically checked. As connectivity continues to spread across the globe, it is clear that all security methods are simply not strong enough to protect what's most important. Thankfully, biometric technology is more accessible than ever before, ready to bring enhanced security and greater convenience to whatever needs protecting, from a door to your car to the pin on your phone. Unlike keys and passwords, your personal traits are difficult to lose or forget, and they are a very effective and efficient way to providing security to personal and sensitive information. There are several types of biometric identification schemes. Face, the analysis of facial characteristics. Fingerprint, the analysis of an individual's unique fingerprints. Hand geometry, the analysis of the shape of the hand and the length of the fingers. Retina, the analysis of the capillary vessels located at the back of the eye. Iris, the analysis of the colored ring that surrounds the eye's pupil. Signature, the analysis of the way a person signs his name. Vein, the analysis of pattern of veins in the back of the hand and the wrist. Voice, the analysis of the tone, pitch, cadence, and frequency of a person's voice. Secure circuit layer, a protocol that encrypts a message between a sender and a receiver to avoid third-party snooping. It is an industry-standard cryptographic technology required to secure a connection between a web server and a remote browser. To communicate over an SSL connection, a website requires SSL certificates. If the definition is a little complex for you to understand, there are visual cues for you to comprehend it differently. Website URLs protected with SSL certificates always begin with HTTPS instead of HTTP by rule, and usually a padlock reinforces the domain's SSL status. This symbolizes that the website is encrypted and thus safe for users to transact with. SSL secured websites begin with HTTPS and not HTTP. Data loss can also be accidental and may have nothing to do with the internet also. Accidental damage refers to the damage caused unintentionally, like the deletion of data, while the person is unaware of the consequences. To prevent such disasters, a well-planned backup procedure is required. A copy should be kept in external devices like pen drives. Practice safe updating. Putting your computer in a bank vault with security officers with shotguns will not protect your computer's data. The malicious beings that we refer to as hackers are always around to snatch your data at any moment and cause despair. At times, data losses can be accidental too. Appropriate safety procedures need to be applied. Technology can be destructive to people who do not realize how vital it is to be conscious about the different dimensions of their usage, for in every invention, misuses and abuses are going to occur. Protect your data. Protect yourself.